Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is Eric. Thanks for joining me again in the card closet. Thanks a lot. Appreciate having you. This is episode 311. And so we've got a guest who's going to oversee the ceremonies today. None other than Ichiro Suzuki. This is his 2002 Donruss Elite. And it is the sample version of it. So a little bit rarer than the main issue card of that, but Ichiro's got a 311 batting average. Absolutely incredible. Getting a little glare on the table off for Ichiro here. We'll move him over. So there's Ichiro. He's going to sit in. So the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video is this card I picked up of, let's see if you've heard of this guy, Marvin Sparky Olson. Played for the Boston Red Sox from 1931 until 1933. This actually is an on-card auto. And the story behind Marvin here, he is actually from my home state of South Dakota, one of very few professional baseball players to come from South Dakota. But even more unique than that, he comes from the same town as my dad, which is Gayville, South Dakota, the hay capital of the world. So Marvin Sparky Olson grew up in Gayville, went to college at Luther College in Decorah, Iowa, was a sensational player there, went to the minor leagues for 1 year, and then in 1931 got his debut with the Boston Red Sox. Didn't play too much his first year. He was their regular full-time starting second baseman in 1932. And then in 1933, he dropped off again. What they said about him was that in 1932, his hitting was pretty weak, but his fielding was exceptional. So they kept him on the field for that. But the next year, he lost his fielding too. And he only played in a handful of games, and he was done at the age of something like 24, 25. But interestingly enough, Marvin would go on to play in minor league ball until the age of 40. He never gave up on that dream to get back to the majors, but he never got back out of the minors. After retiring from baseball, he became a manager. In fact, he was a player manager for a number of seasons in the minor leagues before he quit playing. And he managed for a number of years in the minor leagues, and then he became a scout, first for the Kansas City A's and then for the Minnesota Twins. He has a brother who's a couple years older than him, whose name was Ernie, and he stayed in Gayville. He went to Decorah, Iowa, played baseball there, was a star. He played minor league ball for 3 or 4 years, and then he returned to Gayville. And in the late 50s and early 60s, Marvin's brother, Ernie, was my dad's baseball coach. He was the youth baseball coach in Gayville, South Dakota. And my dad fondly remembers that whenever Marvin's scouting trips would bring him through South Dakota, and he was in his hometown of Gayville for a few days, Marvin would come and help lead baseball practices with his brother, the coach. So I think that's pretty cool. There's a little bit of a connection with this guy. He has no official baseball cards. Like I said, he played in 1931 through 33. So the only way to get a picture of him is to get these postcard kind of things. He is on a couple different postcards from that era. So that picture you're looking at there probably was from 1932. And he is buried in the Gayville Cemetery, which is where I have a lot of family buried as well. So the next time, I just found that out. So next time I'm out there, I'll look up Marvin Sparky Olson's gravesite. So I don't necessarily collect postcards, but if there's a player that I can't get in any other way, I'll go for this route. So Marvin Sparky Olson. A couple other things I've been picking up. This one's kind of cool. This is a Topps Chrome X-Fractor of Karl Malone on the Lakers. Love that shine. This card was tough to get, hard to track this one down. Seems like any of these Hall of Famer, all-time greats that played for the Lakers, there's a lot of Laker collectors, and they get hard to get. So I was able to pick this up. It's numbered to 150. So I thought that one was pretty cool. Shout out to Walk and Balk. A couple others I picked up, not quite as cool, but I got the Silver Prism of Dwight Howard. Might have showed that before, I don't remember. And then Plaxico Burress picked up his 2013 Panini Silver Prism. I didn't think this card existed. I honestly have been looking for it for 10 years probably, since it came out, so 9 years, and never have seen it. So I wondered if it actually ever existed, and it showed up on eBay, and I got it for $1.50. So you ever had that happen when you got some card you've been looking for years, and then it pops up and it's dirt cheap? That was pretty awesome. Here's a card I'm going to trade. 1921 American Caramel, Curtis Walker of the Philadelphia Nationals. Actually made a trade on the trading card database for this card. I'm going to get 27 refractors in return for it, so I'll show those off when I get them. But this is one where having the loop made the deal. I was able to show pictures under high magnification showing the print dot pattern on this card, and that proved the deal that it was legit to the guy I was trading with. And then this is kind of just a little tidbit going on here. Got a ticket to this weekend's Sanford International. This is what used to be called the Senior Tour, but it's now called the Champions Tour. It's coming through South Dakota this weekend, and I've got a couple tickets for it, so I'm going to go. And Bernhard Langer, John Daly, Mark Calcavecchia, Steve Stricker, a lot of those guys that were good, 15, 20 years ago that are on the Senior Tour now. Hopefully going to get to see them play in person. And this is a very, very prime golf course where this is being held. And it's actually where I learned to golf and where I was a caddy many, many years ago. And then finally, I got a lot of people that stayed till the end of the last video and saw these, that I was doing a giveaway for these Lakers up here. Had a lot of entrants, and I'm going to, at this point, call the timing over for that. So it's too late at this point to get into that contest. And hopefully in my next video, I will do a spin a wheel and we'll see who wins those jumbo Lakers cards. So that's all I've got for you, everybody. Hope you're having a great week so far. Talk to you later. Bye.